Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and in this case showing you something very cool, something I'm kind of geeking out on, which is the XHDATA D608WB emergency radio. Now, full disclosure, this has been sent for reviewing, but because I requested it, the company contacted me a couple weeks ago, I believe, about doing a review of their new XHDATA D808, mostly because they've seen my previous review of the radio that I bought back in the day, the older version. I'm actually still testing that, and it's quite more different than I thought it would be, so yeah, I need a little bit more time. But when they told me, hey, you want to check this out? Yeah, of course, send me free stuff. I love it. But I also asked them, you know what? Send me one of these if you can, because I've actually been thinking of buying one. Now, these are a little bit more expensive than the cheapo ones that I've shown here in the channel before, and these you find them quite affordable, and some are better than others. Usually I go by reviews, but this, for a few more bucks, this is a lot more quality, and that's what we'll be reviewing now. No, it does not change my opinion at all if I buy it myself or if it's sent for reviewing. Often I get emails on, hey, you want to check this out? And I simply say, no, I'm not interested. I was not even consider buying anything that you have, but this is a different story. This is actually something that I wanted, and I was just fortunate enough to have the company contact me and yeah, send me one when I asked them to, right? Why is it that I like these things? Because they're great for emergencies. Honest to God, when you look at how people lack many things that sometimes we just assume everyone has, I simply assume everyone has a bunch of flashlights, bunch of radios, short waves, this, that. No, most people don't have anything. And if you are new to the channel, or if you're putting together like emergency kits and bags and so on, this is something you definitely want to have. And this is no doubt whatsoever big step above your lesser known brand. XHDATA actually does some of the nicer products in terms of radios. They are a radio company. This, as I said in the preview that I did, this is one of the most beloved shortwave radios even in the radio community. And you have some very expensive things, but for the price and for the quality that you get, it is known that, yeah, it's kind of like the Baofeng, right? And these are different things. Someone commented, oh, no, buy a Baofeng instead. They're different things. This is a transmitter. You're transmitting and receiving. You're communicating. This is just you're receiving, and you're receiving on a bunch of other things that this is simply not capable of. Now, this will get your FM, and FM is fine. But if you want something that has more capabilities, you definitely go with XHDATA, one of their short waves. Now, this specifically is an emergency radio. Above all, this is an emergency radio, an emergency gadget more than just a radio. Why? Well, because you have the typical hand crank system thing, right? And this, it's actually quite nice. I don't see myself charging it this way. I actually see that the solar panel is a lot more effective than I thought it would be. It's actually charging right now in a cloudy day through the window and not even being close to it, still charging, and that's a very good sign. Just notice the difference in real estate from the cheaper product to the nicer one. The weight, guys. You see the weight as well. This has a proper lithium battery, not me just saying it. You can actually open it up and check for yourselves. That's something that, yeah, this is actually made by XHDATA as well. One of their proprietary batteries. I guess they find some quality manufacturer and get their battery done, but this is a great sign. You can just replace it with another one, and these are fairly common in the flashlight and radio world, I assume. Definitely in the flashlight world, you have a bunch of these. So you have that. You have the flashlight. The flashlight, it has a couple modes. So you have low, medium, and high. And if you long press it, you go into flashy emergency mode. All of these things that seem like, oh, gadgets. Yeah, you know what? When you're in emergency, when you're hanging from a tree in the middle of a flood, you want the light, you want the sound, you want the SOS thing. You want all of these things when it comes down to it. You also have a lamp mode, which is kind of neat. Let's say you're sheltering somewhere and you need a little bit more light. You get that place like so, sure. And you have a little bit more light to do something. And with that big battery, this is going to be lasting a good while. Yeah, this should so it has like a mode here where you turn it on and off there. Oh, so it has a couple brightness modes as well. Okay, cool, that's nice. Like the panel. So yeah, not seeing myself charging this way that much. I like the big battery, nice speaker there too, and the panel is definitely go. And you can of course charge it with a provided USB Type-C cable. So it's very nicely put together. Little USB Type-C. So you have your little things here. You have the USB Type-C for charging. You have the jack for your headphones. You have the USB for charging your phone, even if you need it. And with that battery, you will get a bit of charge very quickly. And using this panel, you can eventually charge your phone quite a bit. I want to test that eventually, but I have very little doubt that they did a good job here because quality of the thing speaks for itself. You have a TF card slot there, and it also has Bluetooth, which is kind of some of those features that you just don't see in these other devices. Little quality things, right? I actually did this already in my Spanish channel without even checking. I just knew it would be better because again, it is a better overall product. So your cheaper, the little emergency radio has a tiny antenna, a little bit shorter here, thicker, longer. It's just, things that just, yeah, that's kind of how it works. Again, this is fine, but this is better. So you decide what you want to get. By the way, guys, of course, it is Black Friday today. So check out the links below. I'll leave the links for this. I'll leave the links for my books. I'll leave the links for some other things in the prepper shopping list that you probably want to check out. See if you find any good prices right now. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I also say this. Don't go buy a bunch of crap that you probably don't even need. Shop wisely. Be careful with the way in which you spend money. Sometimes you find good deals in Black Friday. Sometimes you don't find a damn thing. But those deals are still out there. So it's on you to decide what is it you honestly need to add to your prepping equipment. Find a deal if it's there and take advantage of it or not. Just know that there's a marketing strategy constantly working in getting you to buy things, and it's up to you to decide, yeah, I actually need that thing, and hell, it is at a nice discount. I'm getting one right now. At least that's the way I go about it, and keep in mind, this is what I do. This is what I do for a living. I just have an enormous amount of stuff, a lot of it sent for just doing this, reviewing and checking it out, but I buy it myself, sometimes because I need it. Honest to God, right now, I mostly buy things just because I want to have them and try them out, helping for the content in the channel as well, right? So always keep all those things in mind. Now, like the gravy on top, right? We went through the basics of all of these radios. Now, the gravy on top, and the reason why I would have bought this thing anyway, eventually, and I was just about to do that when they contacted me, is it has an awesome shortwave radio. I mean, I have this one from the same company. Again, this one I bought myself years ago, did the review, showed it, so there's that. It does not change my opinion because someone says me something. More often than not, people, hey, you want to check this out? And the answer is no, I'm simply not interested. And if I'm not interested, I doubt that people watching my channel are. So it's not really all that common that I have, oh yeah, every day reviewing something cool that I got, because that's simply not the case. If there is something, I'll let you know. But it does not change my opinion simply because, oh yeah, they send me, or oh yeah, I'm just promoting something that I don't feel strongly about. This I like a lot because it is without a doubt the best radio in the emergency radio thing going on here. No other radio has it is a radio company. XHDATA is known for that. So that's why I want to check it out. Guys, you have, of course, the FM radio. Let's be honest, too. With a basic FM radio, you're probably going to be good in terms of emergencies. So if something happened, I want to know what authorities want us to know. It's going to be all over the radio, and they know that FM radio is usually the most common thing. Now, that is for that sort of emergency. The main thing is going to be available in FM for sure, especially locally. But, and this is a very big but, if you want to learn about what's going on in other parts of the world, if you want to listen to things that's when you want the shortwave, right? That's when let's turn this thing on because it's actually not on right now. That's when you want shortwave. And this has a very nice shortwave receiver. It actually shows you the antenna how much it's receiving or not. These are all things you don't have in any other of these radios. Forget about it. I mean, this is not even digital. This is just you're scanning. But this is not only digital. It has a bunch of features of their nicer shortwave radios. And yeah, right now I don't have I'm not in the right place, and I don't have even the right atmospheric conditions for checking this out properly. But you can even change bands. It has ATS. It has automatic scanning. You don't find this. You basically long press here, and it starts scanning and saving the stations that it finds with good signal, right? This would be done preferably at night outside, preferably extending the antenna with a cable wrapped around the antenna and throwing it over a tree so as to get your best signal. But dude, if you do that and you press this at night with the right conditions, you'll be hearing easily all over China. Yeah, you'll be listening to what's going on, what they're saying in China, what they're saying in Russia, what they're saying. If you know how to use this thing, it is a pretty powerful tool for world news, right? And often things that you don't even see. I mean, certainly not in the mainstream media, but it's even difficult to find online some of these things, given that you have Google filtering what they want you to see and listen to or not. So I'm pretty fond of the idea of having shortwave and having at least basic knowledge on how it works. And this radio has that. And that's awesome. Well, I'm a bit confused. So you have this here in the front and you have another speaker. Oh, this is maybe the alarm thing. So it's different speakers that it has. So yeah, let's stop the ATS right here because I don't think I'm gonna get, yeah. Is she getting something there? It's crazy. It is wild. Okay, let's leave it at that. Just a first impression and first look at the wonderful little XHDATA D608WB. I'll be doing world band. I guess that's why it's that. I'll be doing a proper review of the shortwave capabilities, which I know are going to be far superior to any of these gadgets at night with good conditions, or at least with better conditions, and report on that. But this is a nice thing to have in your emergency preparedness gear, no doubt whatsoever. And what is it, $40, whatever it is right now with the Black Friday discount. Again, check it out yourselves and find something that works for you. See you next time. Take care.